Alright, I am so flustered apparently. I couldn't even get started on the right screen, that's so funny. Oh, Skuttz, why are you so angry? I know I said I was angry, but I'm not that mad. There we go, I had to shake the angries out. There we go, now we're all happy, it's perfect. My model's actually being pretty janky right now because my lighting really sucks, not gonna lie. I normally like natural lighting when possible, but it is hot as hell today. My dudes, my Gremlin buddies. Do you know what happens when it's really hot? You have a cranky Skuttz. So I've been trying to get my room to cool off, get the office good to go, and I got a phone call and I knocked stuff over and I'm just like, this is good. This is good. We're doing great today. But you know what? I've got this sassy ass tiefling. I am ready to, like, this is look at that hand. It's going so good. Oh, big stretch. And when you know, it's going so good, it's really hard to resist trying to overcome all the dumb little things. Because look at him, and it's for my editor. Everyone, if you've seen the shorts and everything, I've been so grateful to be receiving help. Like, most people have to pay somebody to edit things, and I have someone basically trying to help me get monetized so that we can do it the other way around, which is, you know, fucking crazy. Like, I got a best friend who's got my back, and so if you have any favorite shorts that you liked, if you can like tell me what things you enjoyed, we can try to do some more content like that, because when I've been trying to catch up on my backlog, has been doing a lot of the brain work trying to help figure out some new things to try out. So I know that kind of feedback would be a great birthday gift. And just if there's any you enjoyed. And I thought it would be a good time to finish this drawing, so then when he wakes up tomorrow, I could be like, bah! Here's your little twink. This is why I do art, by the way, is that feeling right there of like crouching behind the couch, and then you just pop out, it's just like shaking this little little noodle of a twink everywhere. I need to animate that again. God, I have too much power with art and being able to animate the stupid scenarios I see in my head. And when I stream them and it's recorded, do you know what that means? It means I can't forget it. If it was funny enough, I will draw it, like the Cobalt drive-thru. That was a 5-hour shit post. And I couldn't be happier. That is what art is for. Oh my god. Gosh. All right. Yeah, hug for Skuttz. Oh, hey Bootsy, hey Deathlight. Haze is ready for a good time. I need to make him actually holding the sword correctly. Oh goodness. Hey Keon, how's it going? Oh, alright. So I'm not sure where I really want to start. See, I hate that I can't just have a quiet stream over here. It's really difficult. There's no good gems for you to listen to. Alright, I brought tea. It's really hot outside and I have hot tea. I don't know. This is how content creators suffer for you. We drink hot liquid so that our voice can remain. Good job. That was a great spot to prove my point. Like content creators and streamers drinking warm beverages when it's warm out, just to sound smooth and gravy tones for you. I don't know, maybe some of them have gotten to the point where they have AC. My AC is not in my office. Da 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 da. Wah. Aw. Alright, so I've got my, you know, I think at this point I just want to like tape all of my webcams in place where they're supposed to be. I think I found a good enough setup. No, but then if I need to move this, fuck. I cannot win. Alright. I just want things to be stable so I don't have to move them again. I love that I looked up and Skuttz was sad. I'm like, well, hopefully the expressions are working then. Velcro. Oh God, please. For the love of Obi, get I've had all of my patience spent today. The window keeps resizing. I just want to scoot OBS over, and it's like, you want it to be the size of the whole screen? And I'm like, no, I don't want it to be the size of the whole screen. And then it covers up chat. I'm like, I'm a precious unicorn with endless patience, yes? Yes. Oh, that's not how it works. Okay. I'm gonna breathe for a second, see if there's anything else I'm gonna knock over and destroy, and then I think it's time for art. Speaking of repairing clothes, I've had a skirt that, it's been one I've had for a long time, so I'm not surprised, but there's a few spots that are getting holes, and either I need to stop wearing it or I need to fix it, because I'm just gonna make them worse. I'm a creature of habit. I'll wear my shit to death. I'm like, but I know that this looks good. This one makes me look like an artist. Everyone tells me so. It's just like a fun tie-dye one. But, yeah, I was like, aw. But I'm trying to see if I can repair stuff. It might be too far gone, just because it's something that is a summer one and I've worn in the sun a lot. So if the fabric's too frail, I don't think that there's anything I'm going to be able to do about it. And in that case, I will probably have to save a portion of it and try to make it again, because it would be fun to recreate something I liked. It's like a fun teal, green, and orange, and I'm kind of super into the teal orange combo. I don't know, it's funky. Da, 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 da. I think I had I finally gave away my first tablet to somebody because they didn't use any other Wacom products. And so if you go and you use the old driver, it's fine. But because I have the Wacom shortcut remote, it wants to, oh God, speaking of my driver crashing. Please. All right, we gotta close this and try again. Oh, Skuttz, he was so sad. Club Studio's gone. Oh, and then I pretend to be sad, and it's why I broke the calibration. It doesn't know what my face is. Can we open Club Studio? I'm listening to music that you cannot hear. I'm sorry. I really want to put a pair of headphones on Skuttz. Unfortunately, I have to learn Blender to do that, which I need time for. Hey, you guys want to do a stream where I learn how to do Blender? You want to watch me suffer and make a legendary donut? The donut. No, wait. We can make something cooler than a donut. Didn't I try making something already? No, I got some of the basics of the how to use stuff down, but never really got to the point of making anything because I didn't want to make the donut. So I think I was doing something else. But alas, I didn't have a lot of time, so I couldn't mess with it. I think I was mostly interested in playing with the sculpting, so... Oh my gosh. So normally I like try to warm my voice up before stream by singing, but because it was so hot and I was running the AC, the air was really dry. And so like that was hurting my throat too, and I'm just like, I guess we're gonna sound scrunkily today. I don't know. I do my best. It's okay. My best isn't my best. Oh, it might not be good enough, but it's what I can do, and that's better than nothing, which is good enough actually. So yeah. What do we want to do here? I think we should start with the face. I feel like right, if I'm part of my problem with multi-streaming was if I multi-streamed from Twitch to here, I had the same issue where I couldn't play music. Sigh. Alright, I'm trying to find some better, like, I'm dying. Blech. Alright, I'm trying to find some... No, I forgot what I was fucking saying. Loading. No, I lost it. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna, I think... so the one problem I have with this sketching style is that I'm not always able to make sure everything's like in... It's like sketching with vibes. A little bit. Music. Oh yeah, just that it's very difficult to find a way to have reasonable background noise for you without paying for like the royalty-free thing, or like a lot of the other royalty-free music is really rough to listen to, or it gets repetitive, so I'm trying to figure it out, but at least on Twitch there's an option. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know what we're going to talk about. I guess warning, this is another spider heavy stream. Because I went camping. Well, I didn't go camping. It was like we went out and like... They were camping. I hung out for a little bit. And it was like... fucking spiders, man. Everyone knows I like spiders now, and they're like, oh my god, get Skuttz. There's another spider, get Skuttz. And so I was trying to avoid being on my phone while I was hanging out with my friends, and I was just like, okay, and I'm like, okay, all right, I can't, I gotta know who this is. I took a picture of somebody threw a log on a fire and a spider ran out, and I was like, little guy. And I was like, what the fuck was that? I haven't seen that one before. I think I've identified like 5 new spiders in the, because then I brought something home and a spider came off of it, and I was like, what? Oh, it's an Eastern Parson spider. And I'm like, I know what it is, and I haven't even, I've just seen the video with that bug on it, and I was like, oh, I know which one this is. And I was like, I guess I know what video I'm watching next. And they're little cool guys. They're little scaredy pants, and they run. They're like, ah, and they run fast, and they're like, ah. And when you try to poke them with the cheese, they're like, ah, and they don't even try to bite. They just want to get the fuck out. And I'm like, oh, a little fast, a little scared. Too fast, too scared. It's just spiders instead of cars. But yeah, that was cool. So the one that crawled out of the fire though, like running for its little arachnid life, it was like one I hadn't seen before, and so I managed to get a picture as it was scurrying away, and it did not give a fuck that I was there. It was just like, beep beep. I was like, oh, okay. Like, it wasn't running at me, but it was like in its route of escape. And I was like, this is fair. I was in your way. Yeah, so I was like, oh, they're, I guess they're a woodlouse hunter spider. And they specifically like to eat the roly-poly woodlice pill bugs. What do you call them? Sow bugs is another one I know them by. I think that's like 4. Roly-polies, pill bugs, sow bugs, woodlice. I called them armadillo bugs, but that one never caught on. I think they still look like armadillos and they're cute. Oh, potato bug. Potato bug! Yeah, that's another one, a potato bug. How many names is that? Is that 6? I lost count. We're drawing, not counting. If I didn't particularly make sure I put a little pin in it, numbers are gone instantaneously. Alright. Uh-oh. Am I gonna be able to draw? Alright, so I'm trying to buffering. I'm trying to do 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 do. Alright, 1 second. I feel like I need to look for something real quick. Never mind, you know what? I'm just gonna... yeah. Just take the rough pick myself. All right. All right, gonna try to see. Let's see if I can try to keep some of what I had going. I'm trying to think what other... Oh, so I watched like this whole fucking drama unfold. There was a little trail and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check it out. And I was just standing there and I was like, oh, look, spider webs. And my friend was like, oh, do you know what kind of spiders? And I was like, no. And so we just kind of stood there and watched them for a minute. And like, there was a web and I was like, is anybody home? And I looked and I tried to see if I could find like any spooter, and there was no spooter home. And I was like, oh, all right, you know, fair enough, I guess. Maybe they were abandoned or cobwebs, like, I don't know. And so I went kind of, because there was a bunch of them, so I kind of went to the next one over in the bush. And next thing I see two spiders like reared up next to, like, face to face. And I'm like, oh geez, maybe that's where the other guy is. He's over here in this web. And I was like, okay, like maybe I'm gonna get to see a spider fight. And so they kind of like had their legs up and they were kind of facing off. And I think the one spider decided he just couldn't justify the fight, and so he decided it was better to flee. So he ran, and then he stopped, and then the other spider like shook the web and he's like, "Ah, get out of here, Scoot." It was so funny to watch because I learned that the little balls on their palpi are their testicles. So while they're shaking the web, they're slamming the little palpi on it. So he's slamming his balls on the web, shaking it. He's just like, get out of here. And I'm like, that is a very threatening display. So then the other spider like runs off. He's like, fuck this. And he goes into that first web I was looking at that I initially thought had nobody home. And I'm like, oh, maybe he went back to his own house. And so I was like gonna say, you know, what was up? And then I see this little guy run out from behind a leaf and he's like, oh, what little snack has wandered into my web? And he's like, oh shit. And the big one stops because I think he felt some vibration on the web, and the little guy just froze. He's like, and as the big spider started to move to where he was at, he just like ran really fast up and then around and did like a whole fucking like donut, like trying to lose the zombie in the woods over a fence and shit. And then he just hid directly behind where the spider was, behind a stick, like literally was like a tiny little guy just on the opposite little side. And then that spider did the same thing that the other spider did. He shook the web, he smacked his little face balls on it. He's like, ah, and he's like, come out. He's like, come out, I want to fight. Or maybe he wanted to mate. I don't know. He's like, I want to fuck or fight. Either one. Shaking the web. And he didn't get any response. So he goes and he runs over. And he basically just kicks this guy's fridge open and starts eating everything inside as he starts eating the little thing wrapped up in the web. And I'm like, how rude. You just break into somebody's house and you're like, hey, anybody home? No? Okay, don't mind if I do, and just start eating their fucking leftover steak. Like, what a dick. I watched a whole spider drama go down. Anyways, I thought that was entertaining. I had a good time enjoying nature. And then I went home. And I liked being home. I am listening to Spiderwebs by No Doubt right now. Feels oddly oddly fitting, very appropriate. It's very interesting. My fascination with spiders. Shit. My mouth is all sticky. It's so fucking dry. I've managed to cure my arachnophobia before I can figure out what the else is wrong with me, which is pretty cool. I got one thing fixed. And it's really cool because I've had a few friends and I'm just like, do you mind if I just like info dump some spider facts on you? And they're like, go ahead. And then one of my friends the other day was just like, I think you're helping me get over my arachnophobia. And I was like, really? They're like, yeah, they're really fascinating. And I'm like, right? Once I stopped, wait, you can hear my music? You should not be able to hear my music. Have you been able to hear the music the whole time? No. I thought I muted it. It should only be on the BRB screen. Skutsy locks and the 3 spiders. That porridge was just right. Oh my god, that is funny. Little it's really cool though. Like, I mean, I guess some people like bird watching. That's probably a lot more socially acceptable. But you know what? If I go apeshit bananas for a spider, then you know what? They're my jam right now. They're really cool though. And like, there's so many of them that I don't know, how, like, or where to start, and so what happens is I just end up encountering one of these spiders. I spend like 20 minutes on Google trying to identify it, and then I'll go try to find the YouTube video man and be like, excuse me, do you have a video about this spooter? And sometimes he do. And then that's the one I learn about. And so the effect has kind of just been like, when I find a new spider, it's this fucking dopamine hit. I'm like, ooh, got another Pokemon for my collection. Let me go enter it in my Pokédex and study it, make notes. They're so cool. Oh, did you know? I was good. Oh, I'm like, oh God, I won't shut the fuck up about spiders. What if I made Poketrainer Skuttz and she was like spider Pokemon themed? So I fucking Google spider Pokemon and they all have 6 legs. And I'm like, that's No, Pokemon, no. Are they just trying to make them a little bit easier to look at by doing the bug thing instead of triggering the arachnophobia with the extra leggies? I'm not sure, because they do look cuter with the less legs, and also probably for animation reasons. That would be great. But I was really sad to see that the spider Pokemon do not have the correct number of leggies. The hummingbirds in your yard eat spiders. Bootsy! Are you my mortal nemesis? Your hummingbirds eat my spider guts. No! I'm teasing. Unless you are. I got my eye on you, Bootsy. You and your hummingbirds. I'm an artist. I can fix the Pokemon mistake. Dude, should I draw the Pokemon spiders and see if I can find what spiders they're I'm gonna have a Pokemon spider time. You guys, we're doing it. I'm deciding it right now because I'm my own boss, and that's how we roll. Skuttz do what she wants. Oh, shit. Joltik? Joltik looks like it would be a little jumping spider. He'd be all cute. And then Spinnerack's obviously probably like an orb weaver or one of like the crab spiders. Is that the bigger branch of it? I don't think they really have any that have the... Do they have one that would be a Black Widow type leggy setup? You guys... I gotta just... focus on the art. We got too many questions about Pokemon spiders now. I know what we're doing. I know what we're doing next week. I've been doing a lot of work. Maybe next Wednesday we do Pokemon fun stream. Also, I finally found out what a mermaid and a spider look like while I was hanging out and chilling. It's one of the reasons why I like just being able to vibe for a little bit sometimes. It's an interesting thing in general, I think, when it comes to artists and working, and like how I will be home and working a lot on the computer and stuff, right? And I don't really have a lot of additional input, right? Same environment. It's my workspace. Nothing really changes. So there's not any stimulation or anything new to be inspiring, right? So my friend's like, hey, you want to go out for Memorial Day? And I'm like, sure, let's do the people thing. And it was like, all of a sudden I just had these different things around me. I got to see the spiders. I got to find new spiders. It made me want to go look up the spider Pokemon thing, which is a whole idea that I want to draw now. I found out what a spider and a mermaid look like, or a spider. Yeah. So you got the spider warning. I'll try to not make it too spootery. We won't. We're getting. This is it. Ooh, balls. All right. See, we're keeping it light, right? We having a hard time, anybody? We just give it a mermaid tail. And now it's a spermaid. Or a murder. I'm not sure which. What do you think? I love it. I love my little spermaid. My little murder spider. Murder spermaid. What do you call it? It's a mermaid spider. You either get spermaid or murder. It doesn't... I don't make the rules. I just laugh at them when they are funny. Anyways. I think it's great. I had a good time. We had a whole little conversation on the one stream about what a mermaid spider would look like. So I found my inspiration, and that's what I decided. No, it's with an I. Spermaid. Or would it be with an E? Spider in mermaid. This is not a good brush to write with. Oh. We're on the same vibe. Like, whoa. Anyways. Sometimes you try really hard and stuff looks like this. And sometimes you try really hard and it's like, what's that? Well, I was using the wrong pen tool and it's got a little bit of my line art brush does a little bit of the like line correction. So if I try to write with it, it just completely obliterates my handwriting whatsoever. But literally the same thing, but without the yeah. I can't spell anymore. I broke my brain. I think I just did it like this. Yeah, that's where you get spermade from. So. Also, I was very upset to find out there are no aquatic spiders. There are spider crabs, but they are not spiders. They are crabs, and they are not related to spiders. It is a misnomer. I don't like that. I was like, oh, we got sea spiders. No, they're not sea spiders, or they're called sea spiders, but sea spiders are crabs, not spiders. You have some spiders that I think live on water, or there's ones that use air bubbles that they collect and they can swim and shit. I know, I remember seeing that. But that would be a very weird design for a mermaid. Because the reason that they put the air bubbles on them is because they can't breathe water, so it's like their own little water suit. But if you're a mermaid, you can breathe water, so they wouldn't need to make an air bubble. I think way too much about spiders sometimes. Let's see. I think what else? I left one of my sketchbooks at somebody's house, and they gave it back to me. They were like, I knew it was your sketchbook. I was like, really? They were like, yeah. I was like, how? And they're like, well, I opened it, and there was boobs. And I was like, oh, that's Skutz's. I was like, that's fair. That's fair. I guess it's not hard to tell what I like to draw. Aw. In fact, not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure my art outed me before I knew what was going on. Because one day, I was just like really, like, I came to a realization. I was like, oh my god, I like girls too. Oh man. I really like girls. And I was like, oh no. And I was like, Mom, I think I'm bisexual and I like girls too. And she was like, I know, sweetie. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it's kind of no duh. And I was just like, okay. There was no big reveal. I was the last one to know. Oh, shit. I just think that I love drawing like the female form in shapes and curves, and it's so pretty. It's so fun. I finally finished. Ooh, 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 ooh. I finally, stop. Make a fucking sentence, bro. I finally finished watching Fallout, and, I can't wait for the second season. Sorry, one of the songs from Fallout 4 just came onto my playlist, and, I immediately was just thinking about that. That was hilarious. All right, this actually looks like a face. I was really scared when I started, and we made it. Honestly, art is just a lot of trusting the process. So is life, frankly. So is YouTube. A lot of things is just kind of keeping on, and doing it. Because every time you keep going, you get a little bit further than if you fucking gave up and stopped. Oh my god. Also, I did not. I completely ruined my nails. I had to cut them all off. So I'm like, they look like absolute trash. Maybe I will set up a stream. Maybe that'll be next Twitch stream. I don't know. I wonder if I could do it. I wonder if I could paint my nails during D&D. It doesn't take brain cells. I don't have to think. It just has to dry. That's honestly the problem with painting my nails is like I have so much shit to do that it's really hard for me to like sit still long enough. And it's like I basically can only use the stuff that dries really fast most of the fucking time. And then once in a while I can do like one of the like slower drying ones. But I want to do some stuff in my sketchbook. I've been actually long story short, I think I kind of accidentally fixed my hip. And I've been really hesitant to like get hyped about it. But I heard something pop and I was like, "Oh no." I made it worse. And I was like, guess I'm going to see, how it goes. And the next day I was like, I kind of feel like I can walk a little more normal again. But it's like I couldn't really get too hype about it. And now it's been about 3 weeks and it's slowly getting better. It hurts in a different spot, but I think something got trapped and I think it released. And I can fucking sit for longer than like 2 hours before I start feeling like I want to lay down on floor. And it's like, so now I'm starting to get to the point where I'm drawing enough that my wrist is starting to get pretty bad. And it's been a balance of trying to make sure I'm not overdoing that. So it sounds like a bad thing, but I'm drawing enough that that's a problem again, which is good. I've been having not enough time being able to actually work. So that makes me really excited because I'm feeling like I've been kind of just keeping up, and now if I'm going a little bit longer, I'm able to get more done. Do, 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 do. All right. Stop using the keyboard. Use my remote. Let's see. That's not quite what I want. Oh man. It's so cool. It's just so cool to be able to make art. Sorry, every time I'm around people, um, every time, every time I'm around normies, I forget that doing art is cool, and that makes me neat. And I'm like, oh man, I've just been doing this so long that it's just what I do, you know? And it's always wild when it's something that other people are like, yeah, shit. And the fact that I had some people coming to me for advice over like how to like try to handle selling their art and like doing stuff like that, like people see me as someone they can go to and ask questions. And it's like, yes, that's why I'm wanting to do tutorials and stuff, and I'm mad I don't have the time. But like it's like I forget the wealth of knowledge that I have accumulated in my years is far, far larger than what I think it is at first. But I've had like, I'm so old. I've had 30 years of making art. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe 31. I don't know. I always ask my mom, because like there's two people ask me when did I start drawing, and there's like two answers to that one. There's like I started drawing and doing commissions and like focusing on trying to get good in like 2014. And so I would kind of say like that's when I really like started taking art seriously and trying to improve. But I've been doing art for a lot longer, and I drew all through high school. And if you ask my mom, she says I've been drawing since I could hold a crayon, and like I'm like I think like since 3 or 4. She said that there was like a they've always been so encouraging, and I'm really appreciative for it. But they've also always inspired me because of the stuff that they have drawn. But like, I drew like I'll have to see if I can find it. It's crazy. I saw it one time, and I was reflecting on it and thinking about how little I was when I did it. And I drew a tree, and the tree had an apple, and the apple had a leaf and a stem. Like I was adding all the details. And then the horse had like the saddle and stuff on it, and the saddle had like stirrups and everything. Like I was adding like I was it was it wasn't like a masterpiece, but it was definitely like really pretty good for as young as I was. And I was like, "Aw." And I remember drawing it too. And I think as far as in kindergarten, I remember that we had like an art project where we were drawing creatures from where the wild things are, and everybody's looked like scribbles, and it's fine because we were like in kindergarten or first grade maybe. And they, because I think we made up our own thing. So like in the children's book where the wild things are, like he goes with these monsters, and like they stumble through these different adventures, right? And so basically each kid got to draw their own little monster and write a story about the adventure. And so for mine, because I was a horse kid, I was like, yeah, he got on the back of a horse and rode and blah 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 blah. And so like it was like I drew a little horse on the wall, and it was one of the things that I noticed then, that it was like, oh wow, mine actually looks like a horse. And it was when I realized that like I had a capability of drawing beyond what other people had. If only it was because like I liked to draw a lot. But I always thought it was cool to be able to make stuff. Like to think of something and then make it real? Like I don't know. That's why all right. I think that looks better. Hold on. Trying to make a circle circular. All right. Knowing how to value your work is a big struggle. Yes, yes. And that one can be really difficult too, because a lot can go into how to price and value your stuff. Because like it depends on, are you doing physical goods? Are you doing digital goods? Do you have to factor in material? Like if you have to do material costs, or like all your overhead, if you're taking like PayPal fees and shit like that. Like there's lots of little bits and pieces, and it really adds up. And you have to kind of account for all of that in your pricing. But there's also kind of a struggle of starting out and having to build a reputation, so that people want something from you. But if you're already passionate about art, or uh, like painting minis and stuff, if you're already doing it because you're doing it for fun, then you essentially have examples. And if you can show you can finish a thing, you're a lot more likely to be able to get work than somebody who can't show that they've ever done or finished art, let alone a commission. And sometimes stuff fluctuates too. Like, if the economy is just struggling a little bit more, especially if it's art, not everyone has as much money. And so it might be um, a case of doing like something that works for it can be a lot. I'm not that's a topic that costs way more brain power than I have to do while I'm juggling. But I would love to do a, like, I have one on pricing art already done. I just haven't ever done the fucking graphics for it because Hi, why? I'm constantly doing... It's so hard. Like, I feel like I'm constantly trying to pay rent with commissions, which means I'm struggling to do the other stuff, like edit a YouTube video so that I can get fully monetized. And like, while I have Atlas helping me edit stuff, if I were to give him the pieces, if we're talking like price sheets and things and how to price your art, like you're going to want examples, you're going to want images, you're going to want like I have to gather and or make assets for it. And that takes additional time, and I can make something quick and crunchy, but it's not going to do well because it's not going to have the quality put into it to do well, if that makes sense. I think that's why the live streams are only social, is because I can only do so much to them as well. There's a lot of doing my best to update stuff, but also only having so much time to basically, like, I'm still working on this stuff in my free time, essentially, when I'm updating any sort of Skuttz models and stuff like that. And that also fights for any time editing on YouTube videos or making, like, I felt bad doing the Cobalt drive-through, doing a bit for the YouTube video, but like, I thought that was hilarious, and like, I did that for me, but it was time I wasn't working on a commission. So I went ahead and I posted it to Patreon ahead of time, so Patreons got to see it a little bit earlier. And they got to see it, like, the animation on its own, which I only just now posted to social medias. But yeah. The fact that you don't have a fully painted army of your own probably isn't helping you get attention on your work. It's why you're happy to finally have the motivation to push through it. Yeah, people kind of want to, I mean, it could be, but like, people want to know that you can commit to finishing something, and like, especially if it's a lot of things like that, I could see it being beneficial, at least, to have it in your gallery and whatnot, that you have that capacity. Because, like, I might take a minute to finish stuff sometimes, but my track record speaks for the fact that the art gets finished and it gets done. Now, it doesn't mean that some people won't be turned around by some of the longer wait times for, like, my full pieces. But that's why I'm also offering, like, the smaller, cheaper things that are, like, turnaround same weekend most of the time. But it's been... I don't know, it's been a crazy ride being able to do art for myself, but at the same time, it is really difficult using my bad hand to draw constantly. So I appreciate when you guys are coming and hanging out watching the stream, because it's at least, like, getting the channel closer to being monetized, so that while I am streaming working on these things, that I can get a little bit of revenue. And like, it's just those tiny little bits that help overall, and all my Patreons are wonderful, and I appreciate the support over there. Last month I got an animation, and this coming month, I'm going to be setting aside the time. I got something basically half finished, and I'm excited to get it done the rest of the way. So we're going to do also an additional edit on this. So I'm doing the outfit on its own layer. Okay, I definitely feel a lot better about the face. Now that there is a face. When it was a blobby before I started, I was like, oh no. But I trusted the process, and then I got there. So you just gotta tough it the fuck out. Your biggest struggle is coming up with ideas to make into audio. Bah. Stretch. Oh. Okay. I think I could kind of chill now. I have a little bit to refine. Do I need to make the head larger? Is the face too small? Is the face too small? The fuck is going on here? I can see something's wrong. The eyes are too low. Yeah, what the fuck is going on here? The heck did I do? Hold on. We're almost there. We're almost there. All right, I think that's lined up better. All right. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like we would be able to see the other thing. All right. So his hairline's kind of jacked. Fix that. Why do I keep using the keyboard? I'm pushing the wrong buttons, and I don't like it. All right, that's better. Like, come on. Ooh, so I missed out on Baldur's Gate this week on Tuesday. But might be doing it. I don't know, we'll have to see. Sorry, I didn't get to draw that much. I got to doodle a little bit, but I doodled the spider, and then, yeah. When I was done, I realized my hand was really sore. And so I was like, all right, no more drawing. I was going to work on some commission roughs while I was out and hanging out, but it just ended up being a day of rest for my hand, and that was also really important. But like, I just have that pent up need to draw. Like, it's been too long. Also, because my wrist has been doing so bad, not so bad, but like, it's starting to, I'm starting to feel it, Mr. Krabs. I'm going to maybe see about trying doing working like 4 days a week and making sure I take 3 days off. It's kind of what I've fallen into anyways. I'm just going to be letting myself do it instead of feeling like I'm keep missing a day every week. Self-care is always, especially when it's my drawing tool, my hand. It's my money maker. And I'm trying really hard not to run it into the ground. But like getting to go out in nature was, that's why I was like, yep, my hand needs a rest, and I get to go out and see the trees and in some moss and dirt, and then spider fights. Count me in. Oh, that was so cute. My tail did a wiggle. I don't know. I caught that one. You know, I've been thinking about doing a little bit of a rehaul for Skuttz. I'm not sure. There's not a rehaul necessarily. But like branding, right? You want to be able to, you look at me, do you go, oh wow, this VTuber is an artist? Like, my design doesn't really convey that. I'm just a cute horse. Is this not good enough for you? But I feel like there could be maybe some more hints in my design that art is what I do, from that standpoint. And I swear to God, I'm gonna be right back. Gotta answer my phone again. It better not be spam. This fucking makes me so mad. I'm sorry. I'm going on a fucking rant right now. I am pissed. I'm sitting here. I am trying to fucking work. I am trying to focus on my job. I'm trying to fucking stream. I have doctor's appointments. I am waiting to fucking schedule, but everywhere is backed up, and I'm not mad at them. Everywhere is backed up, and it's taking a minute for everybody to fucking schedule stuff, and that part is fine. But the part that is pissing me off is I keep getting fucking robo and spam calls, and I never know when it's my fucking doctor calling me so I can answer it for an important thing, or if I'm gonna stop what I'm doing to answer my fucking phone for it to hang up on me because it wasn't a real person. Why have we not done anything about this? Like, that is such a waste of my fucking time. And otherwise, if I miss the fucking phone call to my doctor's appointments because they're so backed up, it takes like 30 minutes on wait before I can call and talk to a person to schedule something. And if I schedule it online, I don't get to pick appropriate times for, like, it's a whole shit show. It's like, what if we just didn't have these phone calls that were nothing burgers and hung up as soon as you answered them? Like, why are we not doing anything about this? They owe me money. My time is money. They owe me. Get fucking business line, and you gotta pay to talk to Skuttz. You want to talk to me? Give me the money first. Give me 25 cents, and then you can hang up. Good God. Anyways. Okay. We're gonna breathe in. We're gonna breathe out. And then we're gonna realize that we draw butts and life is okay. At least I do. You get to come hang out with me while I draw butts, and that makes you cool. If you're ever like, seriously, I had a neighbor who was being shitty. I think I made them move out of the neighborhood. 'Cause she's a Karen. Apparently, if you can't park on the sidewalk, you might as well just move. And that's fair. Maybe they need a bigger house to park their car somewhere. I'm like, I guess it's that big of a deal, huh? Oh, oh, oh. So my hip has been really bad, and somebody was blocking the sidewalk, and I was like, hey, can you like leave like 6 inches of the sidewalk available so I can like walk for physical therapy and for exercise? And she's like, can't you just walk around? And it's like loose gravel and shit, which is like, if I fucked up a ligament and shit in my hip, like that's not, I shouldn't be walking on loose gravel. And she just like starts doing the stuff where she asks me a question, and so I start to answer her, and she just cuts me off with another like angry question. And she's like, well, I'm just supposed to just move my car just for you, huh? And I'm like, I am definitely, absolutely, 100% the only person guaranteed that uses this sidewalk. Yes. But the whole time she was there, in like, she was just like, why should I leave the sidewalk open for pedestrians like it's meant for? And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, man, this is a non-productive conversation. I'm glad I draw butts for a living. Like, this person's probably deeply unhappy with themselves if it's a big deal to leave 6 inches available on the sidewalk. I was like, I'm unreasonable. I'm so unreasonable. Skuttz Ross screamed artist. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. Like, it was the very clear. I'm like, it would be funny to denote drawing streams. I think I might do that for like any like tutorial type or educational type. It would be fun. I watched Bob Ross so much growing up, and I feel like not only did it help me with being an artist and the mindset that I took into making art, but it helped a lot with like just the same mindset to life, you know, like not everything's gonna be perfect, and like it's okay, and sometimes, you know, you just roll with the mistakes, and it's just kind of how things go. And it's like I started kind of learning how to digital paint. Oh gosh, I think it was like back in 2019 was when I really tried to take another stab at it seriously. And I went to go look at how Bob Ross painted traditionally, and tried to see what I could move over to how I did digital, which is, I guess, where my digital painting style comes from, is kind of how he built up the background. Like, that's why you'll see me airbrush stuff, and then like I kind of come in with the it's a good dose of that like chaotic form of nature, where like a tree isn't perfect, it just kind of has the general shapes that it oh gosh. And so I know two trees are exactly the same, but they all have like that same shape. Nature has a pattern. Oh god, his ears are not pointed at the same angle. Shit. Shit. Stop holding breath. Man, I hate it when I keep doing that. Oxygen. I need oxygen. Spam calls are something you wish could be policed to get some kind of legislation, but you know how much of a pain it would be to implement. Yeah, there's a there's a lot to it. It's such a waste of my time. And then I end up ignoring so many calls that I need it. My doctors are irritated that it takes so long to schedule stuff sometimes. And I'm like, hey, it took till I got to the voicemail that wasn't a spam call, and I was like, oh shit, I'll call them back. Or then I know that I'm looking for a number I should answer for. It's just like, it doesn't matter if I put doctor's number into phone because they call from different numbers in the office. So I can't win the game. All right, let's see. All right, hang on, I'm snacking on something. Your biggest defense against Karens is just intoning in the most monotone way possible, maybe with a bit of sarcasm. I just kept telling her, like 1 or 2 words, and she just went on about that. So I just stood there, and I just kind of shrugged. And I was like, but you're not supposed to park on the sidewalk. And she's just like, and I'm like, but it's illegal to park on the sidewalk. And like we're talking, I asked if I could just have like half the sidewalk to be able to walk through. And then the next time I went for a walk, they parked nose to the fence. So there was no room to walk. I had to go in the road. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was going for a walk the other day, and the mail lady who walks the route had to go around their fucking cars too. Like, it's not just for... Dude, you know how much time that adds to someone's fucking route? Like, when it's... that's... I thought it was rude. I'm like, dude, the mail people, like, they have time to keep. They have shit they gotta do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, heavy boxes, they're carrying shit. And, like, why would you block the sidewalk for your mail person. They bring you your mail. The heartlessness I'll never understand. Just walk over the hood. That if the hip problem weren't a thing, I probably wouldn't have had a problem in the first place, but like, I'm just like, what? I earnestly hope that like, they will never understand how crappy it is to be in pain and have someone tell you to just walk around rather than like give you an extra like 3 inches to fucking walk. Crazy. It's an interesting one though, because like people are like, yeah, karma, you know, it'll take care of stuff or whatever, you know. And I'm like, you know, I think in some way people are their own karma, because that doesn't strike me as a happy person or a person who is happy with their life. I'm like, that's pretty cruel if somebody is like having a hard time getting around and you actively block them from walking in a straight path and make them go around on uneven terrain. Like, wow. Like, I'm not even religious and God is judging you, lady. Like, when people are so bad, you're like, I actually kind of hope there's a God and he's shaking his finger at you right now, because, man, what is going on right now? That's what he'd be saying, too. Like, what? My goodness. So the one thing I'm like, I'm non-religious. I'm an atheist and or believe in Dr. Pepper. And so like I'm all down for people believing whatever's good and makes them like comfortable with things, and I'm just like, just don't tell me what to do. I'm Skuttz. I do what I want. No, but like, it's crazy because like that kind of sour attitude that somebody has like that, you know, I'm like, that's gotta be how they handle a lot of things, not just that. And like, if that's how you handle stuff, you probably aren't well received. And if you're not well received, like, you don't probably have a lot of friends because you're a fucking dick. Or if you have friends, all your friends are dicks because, like, you know, so when you need help or you run into a spot, like, no one wants to help you because you've been a dick to everybody. And I think that that's why, like, I've tried to do good. I've tried to be a good little Skuttz and do right by my friends and the people I know. And usually if I get in a pickle or I need help, like, people are there for me because I have people who like me. I haven't fucked everybody over in my life, go figure. And so there's still people around. And it's just crazy to me that people want to have like a crazy cutthroat attitude, but think that that's going to cultivate community, because it doesn't. We cultivate community by sharing what we have and what we know and bringing each other up. And like, that's where, like I was saying earlier, that I think it's crazy to realize, like, obviously I consider myself like some degree of, I guess I would say professional, because I've been doing this long enough. I don't make enough money that I'm like crazy rich or anything, but I do pay my bills with my art. And so, like, I do know how to pay my taxes. I do know how to try to sell my stuff. I do know how to try to network and market. Even if I'm not able to do all of it to the best of my ability due to my time constraints, I still know a lot of what and how. And, like, I've made a lot of connections and met a lot of people. And so when somebody was like, hey, how do I do this? You know, I didn't see that as competition and go, oh, well, if they're out there selling their art, then that means it's people not buying art from me. No, I'm not going to help you sell your stuff. Like, what an awful, shitty attitude, you know? And it's like, I believe that a lot of us have enough of a unique viewpoint and lens, and like the art that we make is uniquely enough our own that, like, whatever people would buy from my friend is completely different than what they would buy from me. Like, we don't even have the same style of stuff. And so I don't see teaching my friend how to try to sell her art as competition. I see it as helping my friend out, and like, you know, there's no losing there. If my friend makes art and sells art and does well, then my friend is happy and having a good life, and I win too, you know? Like, I don't get the toxic mindset of just all for me that some people have. If I want to be spiteful, just have some degreaser and salt water. Oh, no, no. See, those people do their own, like, I don't know. I think people have done enough to cultivate their own luck. And like, that's where I don't have the energy for that kind of shit. Like, it's petty, and it doesn't really accomplish anything in furthering me and my art. So I'm just kind of like, that's where I'm like unbothered in some ways, where like, I mean, shoot, even moving on from a relationship that wasn't meant for me anymore, it was getting to the point where the relationship was costing me time working. And I'm like, excuse me? And it's like, if something gets between me and my art and my way forward, it's not beneficial, because so far art has been a good way that I've been able to support myself. I've been able to like make something of it. So that's where my forward momentum is. So if somebody or something is taking away from my forward momentum, it's not worth my time. And I see a lot of, it's why I never understood the fights, because I was never trying to argue. It's like, it's such a waste of fucking energy. Stuff is usually a misunderstanding, and it can usually be, talked out with some patience and the intention of understanding. So, I don't know. I mean, it just, it was really dumb. And I was like, And I feel like I've been making so much more art since I've just kind of been focusing more on that. And like, it's gonna take me a second to get some of my backlog caught up, but I'm getting to the point where it's getting a lot smaller and getting more manageable. So I freaked out a little bit because I did add some to it, and I was like, oh no. And then I realized like a lot of the stuff I added is like within a little bit earlier this year. So it's like, okay. Mostly character sheets and a few things. Oof. But I work in first in, first out. And so I'm just kind of making my way through the queue. And ooh, there's an animation coming up soon for Deathlight that I'm like really excited about. I just saw my phone start flashing, and I just got I'm about ready to put it in the corner. I just the The telemarketers. I'm just over it. I'm just over the telemarketing. Oh, I was trying to give him like a... Well... We're just gonna add another little chunk to the outfit here, I think. Because I forgot how everything works. But I think we actually have to put like a little bit right here. Alright. Alright, so I think I want this to be gray. Because that's actually part of the vest. And then this is the undershirt. And then... Should I do this green? I feel like I just put him in Knack's outfit. And I guess that's... she's got good taste. Oh, that's so funny, actually. So they've been running them through a campaign. I've been calling it the Marvel Domain, and it's just like, it's whatever. And one of the merchants is like, it got random items and stuff and has mentioned like working for somebody, and the items and stuff that they have been themed from my Artificer. And so it would just make sense if the outfit was also there, I guess, you know? I also don't actually think I made the neighbors move out of the neighborhood. I think they were probably already planning on leaving. And it was just annoying, I guess, to have to leave the leave the sidewalk free for pedestrians, so they decided to move. I was just like, damn, it really would rather move than just park a car across the street. It's wild. I'm trying to think. I swear there's been more that's gone on, but I can't think of shit right now. I can't focus on anything. I just have a Teifling. Yeah, so what time is it? It's 7. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the stream in a little bit here. And I will either end up on Twitch or maybe Spicy site. We will see. But I'm feeling really tired today. I didn't really want to stream the start. I was like, no, I really want to work on this though. And so like ultimately drawing one over not feeling like being super social. So I was like, okay, all right. Well, we have the momentum. I'll talk for a little bit, get the YouTube stream in, and now my batteries are starting to run out though. And I just want to sit here, be quiet, and just do the thing I like, which is draw. And it always feels really hard when there's like no good background music or anything for you guys to listen to. So I think I'm gonna do, because we're gonna do an edit of a second character on this one, but they're twins, so very little will change. But I still want to be able to add Booba. All right, yep. I just want to zone in and work. I'm pretty sure we'll either finish, let's see, it's 7. Because I'm taking doodle sketches too, so if anybody wants, I might be able to do one more Save for Work sketch tonight. And then tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday we're for sure going to be over on Twitch. I'm trying to get through Baldur's Gate. And so I guess I've gotten to the end-ish of Act 2. I am getting there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I've told myself I have to finish Baldur's Gate before I can start anything else. No, well, any other large games. I could play a small game. But like as far as something where I have to do a story, like I cannot put Baldur's Gate down and expect to be able to like know where the fuck I am if I don't pick it up for like a year. So I'm like, yeah, let's not get absorbed in anything else. I want to replay Subnautica and I want to do some other things. And at this point, it's been so long since I played Undertale, I feel like I would just need to start it over from the beginning. So, I think I'm gonna devote one day to moving Baldur's Gate forward and then maybe do one day where it's a different game. But for now, it's probably going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch. Because essentially, I can probably play Baldur's Gate for a little bit until I get bored of it, and then I'll start playing something else on the side. Like, should I make a big push and try to finish? Oh, ooh, or do I just want to make a big push and finish Baldur's Gate? Because at this point, I feel like I've been playing it for well over a year. Oh my god. I'm at the last trial for Shadow Heart's goddess. So I'm like, all right, what are we doing here? We're stepping into some giant pool of water, and that's as much as I know. Just makes me think of the Get in the Water song from the Epic the Musical. Shit from that keeps coming across my timeline. I'm like, I guess I really like the animations and stuff, or the, like, it's just a giant passion project. And I think that's fucking cool. As far as I can tell, right? Like, it's just somebody who's like, yeah, I'm gonna make this into a musical. And then people have started doing like fan animations and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I'm like, huh. Not generally overly a large fan of musicals myself, but some of the music just comes along on my dash on like shorts and stuff, and it just gets stuck in my head. And I'm like, okay, if it's a bop, it's a bop. Yeah, it's just someone who made it into a musical. Yeah, yeah, and I feel like those are always the best because like if somebody's just passionate about something, they're just making it to have like this idea come to life. Like, yes, yes. Hmm. Oh my goodness. That is not how I'm feeling. I don't like it. But I might like it later, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Um could I send you that? I think I've mentioned it before and it's not something that's shown up naturally. Yeah. I'm sure it's pretty easy to search on YouTube too. I'll try to find it later. And post it in the Discord. All right. I need a quick. I think I just need a break. I need a break. Like that's not me yelling at the phone, hanging up on me. Sorry, I don't usually get angry, but I'm like, dude, I'm trying to work. It's like someone doorbell ditching you. I'm like, please, where the fuck am I on the screen? Hello. All right, there we go. Yeah, there's a few things that aren't sitting right for me, but I think I need to like actually zone in to work out what's going on that I'm not vibing with. Ooh, excuse me. People have already made full playlists from beginning to end. Have they finished the whole thing? Or are they still writing it? Alright. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up here, and I'm going to switch over to being able to listen to my jams and be quiet. Oh, it's all finished? Oh, sweet. Then I definitely will. I was waiting for it to be all in one piece so I could listen to it. It just reminds me of in high school when we had to do a book report or report on the Odyssey, and we were all supposed to film a different chunk of stuff, or we did a retelling of the events. And I just remember that one of the monsters was somebody's cat, and we had like a little action figure, and the cat like attacked the action figure, and it was Odysseus fighting one of the monsters. And yeah, it was the best part of the movie. It was the best part of the movie. All right, everybody. I think yeah, we're gonna skedaddle. I need some snacks and some jams, and I'm not gonna make you listen to me chew my food. I think we'll be over on Twitch and continuing. I'm gonna be drawing for the night, so join me there. I'm done being chatty. I'm done being talky, and we can't listen to good music over here because of the DMCA's. So I'm gonna take my art somewhere else for now. Everybody take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you next week where we're gonna do some spider designs. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take Pokemon, and we're gonna take spiders. I'm gonna draw Pokemon spiders Spider Pokemon trainer Skuttz. It's going to be so much. All right, take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.